Michael Jordan's third season in the NBA was arguably his best or one of his best. This is the season Michael averaged 37 points a game and played all 82 games. The 37 points a game average was lower than only two other players in the history of the NBA, Wilt Chamberlain and Elgin Baylor. Michael played less than 30 games in total the year before due to his broken foot. He did show a little bit of his superstardom in the playoffs against Larry Bird and the Celtics. His 63-point statement was huge, but his Bulls got swept by the Celtics because the team overall lacked experience and other really good players to help Jordan carry the load. If you say he had Woolridge, then you have to be a casual fan. Yes, Woolridge did put up 20 points a game seasons, but he was also hooked on cocaine and even entered drug rehab right after leaving the Bulls and admitting he was hooked on the drug. So if you want to blame MJ for getting swept like many casual fans do these days, the man averaged 40 points against probably the best defense in the NBA at the time in Boston. He literally had drug addicts as his supporting cast. Boston had 5 Hall of Famers. MJ was hungry to get better and improve the Bulls as a team and go further. He was determined to make an improvement in the standings and try to advance in the playoffs.
You can fly, can't you?
For a little while.
For Mike's third season, Woolridge was gone as the Bulls allowed him to sign with the Nets, as they already knew he had drug issues. MJ didn't have a scorer like that beside him anymore, so he was forced to do even more, and that's where his 37 point per game average came from.
A new record, Chicago Bulls record, 58 points by Michael Jordan. Michael, they made you work for every one of them, but your free throw shooting was great, 26 out of 27.
Well, I shot so bad last game. I wanted to improve on this game, and Paxton passed me on the team leading in free throws, so I wanted to pass him back.
Well, he shot a couple technicals tonight. I understand it. The coach said he's not going to let you shoot those anymore.
Well, he made it 2 tonight. I shot 1, but I think Paxton was out of the game.
Well, if you would have shot those other 2, you had 60. A great performance. Your name goes along some of the great NBA players in the book. Wilt Chamberlain had the record of 28 for 32 free throws, 26 out of 27 tonight.
Well, I'm very happy for that. I think it comes from hard work, and if I didn't have my teammates setting me up, I swear I couldn't do it all, and I'm very thankful to those guys.
Not only the points, Michael, you scored, but in the last homestand, this homestand, you've been just brilliant with your assists, your steals, your block shots, your all-around game, proving that you are the best in the game today.
Well, I'm very happy that the fans have came out and supported us. I think with the fans in the stands and that inspiration from those fans, I think we all come out and play a lot harder.
2 years. Last year you got 63 points in Boston. This year you get 58 points. You're the highest scorer for this year. What's next for MJ?
A world championship. Hope.
You got it. All right. Michael Jordan. Let's go back to Jim Durham.
As mentioned before, he played all 82 games and averaged over 40 minutes per game. Talk about being a one-man team. MJ's second best scorer on the team was Charles Oakley, for God's sake. Oakley never had an offensive game. 0. He was a spot-up shooter at best. He averaged an okay 14.5 points a game as the highest scorer after Jordan. That's the team Jordan played with that season.
The biggest fault I think about the whole season this year is that I've been called upon to score a lot more points. I think defense was something I really tried on playing. I don't want to be known as just an offensive player. I think I played both ends of the court, and I think in upcoming years when I'm not called upon to score as many points as I have this season, other parts of my game will get exposed a lot more.
Jordan, with his leadership and insane determination, was still able to improve the Bulls' season record from the season before from 30 to 40 wins, although they still had a below 50% season. A 10-game improvement with a less talented team and less support, I might add. That was the MJ effect. His accomplishments for that season included 7 games with over 50 points scored. That season, Michael won his first of 10 scoring titles. MJ also had 9 straight games with 40 points or more, which took place from November 28th until December 18th. He was the first to score 3,000 points in a season since Wilt Chamberlain. He set a league record with 23 points in a row on April 16th and became the first player to get 200 steals and 100 blocks in a single season. Michael also nabbed 5.2 rebounds, 4.6 assists, and 2.9 steals, while shooting 48.2%, helping him gain his first All-NBA first-team selection. His player efficiency rating was 31.7, his career high. He led the league in win shares with 16.9. In 1987, Michael Jordan also competed in the NBA All-Star Game in Seattle and got the most votes as an All-Star that year at 1,141,733 votes.
It's a lot more special because the fan has made me the highest vote getter in the history of the game, and it's great. It makes me feel really good, and it's special also because I get to play with Dr. J in his last All-Star game.
He played 28 minutes and put up only 11 points. He did participate in the NBA Slam Dunk Contest that night before and won the dunk title. He was joking with Dominique Wilkins and Spud Webb on the sidelines while preparing for each of his dunks. The show was amazing, but might have led a bit to the poorer than usual showing in the actual All-Star game. Michael's third season was an amazing spectacle of grace and domination on a basketball court that, with equal competition, really hasn't been seen ever until this point.
Michael Jordan, I don't know how he's done it all year long. I mean, 6'6", 195 pounds, and the beating that he takes every single night. I compare him to the old gunslingers in the West where, you know, he's standing at the bar and guy walks in and says, "Are you Michael Jordan?" Yeah, so let's go out in the street, you know, and you got to go out.
The Bulls advanced to the playoffs and again got eliminated by the Boston Celtics. Michael's team wasn't strong enough and he did not have enough support. He was yet left to improve and build for another season.
What you need is an NBA title.
Right. Which I hope will come within the next 5 years, hopefully.
He's a special person. Look at him as a person first, which I prefer to do, because in first meeting him, the humility and humbleness came through, and it just completely overshadowed anything that he could do after that on the basketball court.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to go back and watch the previous 2 episodes from Michael's first and second seasons.